Hello everyone, I'm wearing my new jumper. Okay, this video is about the topic that I've probably had the worst comments on whenever I've covered this guy. One sec. Oh, that's better. Okay. And he's one of my least favourite people on the platform. And there was a huge mess up online over the weekend. And I heard rumblings of this on Friday, and then I thought to myself, right, well, we'll see how Saturday goes. Because now he's going on about John Kuckian. There's been rumblings of him creating a makeup line for the last, God knows how long. And I've mentioned it in previous videos, the fact that he can't guarantee it does vegan because it's being made in the same kitchen where he cooks meat. That it's homemade stuff. That it's not made in the cleanest of environments. And he's saying that because he's done biomedical science that he can do cosmetics when it's two totally different sciences. There's a lot of questions I have, and from what I can see there is no answers. Now when I edit this, I'm going to do like I did with the Zoella video I did last week, where I actually show you some of the information I'm talking about. Some of this information, I'll show you where I've got it, tell you where I've got it from, because I have it in my Twitter inbox. It's gossip, it's guru gossip. Now, yes, some of the stuff that's on there isn't exactly kosher, but when it comes to this, they've found stuff that other people haven't found. And one item is going to be a screen caption of the coding for the website. I'll double check, make sure I say the right one, because he has two websites. The cooking cosmetics one, I'm not 100% sure. It's either cooking.co or something. Now, the main issue I have with John is, I have a few, but he doesn't seem to get any sort of a clue that a lot of people have stopped buying into his crap. I have three main points, plus I have another three of questions that I'm guessing a lot of people have. Now I will be referring you to Margot Indigo and to Martin Lewis on this one. They did videos talking about the venue and the release on Friday, and I think they've probably both done videos since. Now Margot has done quite a few videos on John prior to this. I've done videos on John prior to this. What I will also do is I will attach to this a playlist of videos about John that other people have done and that I've done. I will put in the new videos that Martin Lewis, that Margot Indigo on. I think Peter's done, but I haven't watched it, and a few others on this. I have been watching Sanders to see if he does a video. It hasn't done one yet. I'm also watching Jeffrey. Actual fact, I'll just quickly double check Jeffrey, because there's a reason for that, which I'll probably go more into when I do the screen capture side, because I'm not a huge makeup lover, as most of you know. So I will get some of the stuff mixed up, but Martin and Margot noticed a few things that I will talk about in this video, but they actually showed the video evidence. Now, because I'm such a small channel, Jeffrey's not done anything on it yet. but he doesn't have any videos up for the last 2 weeks. So I'm a bit reluctant with somebody like Joy. I'm not all that bothered, because when it comes to Joy, anything's free game. I'm not scared about doing it with somebody like Philip DeFranco, because I know he's not going to screw people over. That's not who he is. When it comes to people like John, or when it comes to people like Jake Paul or Onision, I don't, because although I've not been pulled up yet, I am fearful of that. Which is why I generally only use video from people that I know don't do false flagging. And John's the type that probably would. Right. The first issue is the event itself. He was supposed to have, on Saturday, an event at a club. And the problem is, there was no contract. He kept saying in videos, you know, the venue is mine, just waiting for the contracts, blah blah blah. But yeah, the venue is set, this is what time we start, this is what time we finish. And then he's like, a couple of days before the event, well, shortly before the event, he's like, well, there's been a bit of a hiccup with the venue. So what Margot did is, Margot contacted the venue and said, you know, could you give me a bit of information? And they told her that there was no contract, that he had booked the event, but he had done it without a contract. There was no contract in place as of that point, and they were waiting for information from him. He'd also sold the tickets through a third party. By that I mean is, instead of using the venue's own website and the venue's sales, ticket sales features, he used his own because of the price. The venue sales prices for tickets was usually like 15-20 quid. He was charging a hell of a lot more, and a lot of this really does puzzle me. You would, during the event, the launch event, food was optional but included in some tickets. Drinks were optional but included in some tickets. You'd get so many alcohol drinks and so many soft drinks. You would get a full set of the makeup line, but it will be delivered after the event. But you would be able to swatch and test the items while you were there. Now, like I say, it all fell apart and it all basically went to shit. There is a new venue apparently that is to be determined. For December. And he's saying that the tickets transfer over, which if that is true, that's fine. And if I can find it when I do the screen capture, there is actually somebody who is the mother of somebody who bought one of the tickets for the event that was supposed to happen on Saturday, who said her daughter wanted the money back, and the daughter had said to John, can I have my money back? And John just blocked her. Now, he said that he has contacted people to let them know what's happened. Those that have bought tickets, and he said that if they want a refund, that's fine, he will pay for the refund. He will refund them the money. But otherwise, the tickets are transferable over to the new event. If that's true, then fine. But the fact that somebody says, well, I'd like a refund on Twitter, and then he blocks them. You don't do that. It's like anybody who criticises him, his first reaction, block. What? It's like with me, I don't... My comment section here on YouTube is very, very open and I do have a thing where you can say what you want. However, if it's antagonistic, it'll get deleted, or if it is abusive in any way, it'll get deleted. But if somebody actually said to me on Twitter, if I organised an event and somebody said to me on Twitter, I want a refund, I would then follow them so we could have a DM conversation and could find out the reason behind the refund, and then who it is that they were already referenced and brought that information, then a refund. It's that simple. Right, the makeup release. That still went ahead on Saturday. There was numerous people again. Some people, as they were going to the website to order security certificates, verification bits that you need on a website, people were getting alerts that it wasn't a secure website, and there were some people that couldn't get on at all. Then somebody actually managed to get onto the website, and they looked at the coding, and part of the coding, and this is part that you have to input, and I know this because I used to do this for somebody. I used to do coding for somebody, and inside it says website overload. I will put the graphic here. The fact that that is in the coding is what? Why is that in the coding? He also made it, I'm guessing that was to make everybody think that so many people were going to the website to order, so people would keep going back. And then when a lot of them did manage to get through, some have ordered rather than me, but others, when they did get through, they couldn't order for delivery for December but could order for delivery in January, because the stuff that was for delivery in December was sold out. What? Yeah. No, the sentence on the website coding was server overload, to make it look like it was overloaded with traffic. Also, by the time people finished watching the launch video, that's when everything had already sold out. Also, there was no, and I know this for a fact, there was no email. People who signed up for his newsletter were supposed to get a code so that they could have 5% off or 10% or something off when the makeup line came to fruition. Never happened. So I'm signed up to that newsletter. Never happened. It didn't happen. And people actually asked him on Twitter. No response. Which is weird. It's just me. Also, people were saying that the reason why people were getting certificate warnings, verification warnings, was because the certificates weren't paid for on the website in particular. Now, I'm not 100% sure which website, because he has two, which is also worrying. He has Kuckian Cosmetics and Kuckian.co, which is weird. So, it's very weird. It really is weird. And there is a lot of people that are thinking this doesn't add up. And I'm one of them. None of this adds up in my head or anybody else's head. It's unsettling, it's uncomfortable, it's weird, there's just something off about it. That's just my opinion, but hey, again, that's just my opinion. There's a lot of things I think others don't think of sometimes. Anyway. Then, this is point number 3, there is the makeup itself. Now, I didn't know this, again, because I'm not into makeup, so I wouldn't know this. He did a makeup look on her on a model, and a lot of the makeup that was being used was very reminiscent of other people's makeup that's already in existence. He used a lipstick that what part of the bottle they could see was very reminiscent of a lipstick that I think Molly and Jeffrey made together. And there's other items that are very reminiscent of other people's stuff. And because John's not showing the bottles, whether it's the design bottles or whether it's whatever, because he's not showing them, and the formula, the look and everything is so reminiscent of Jeffrey's stuff, or is so reminiscent of any Catholic, any of the other makeup gurus, I don't know, that it's, a lot of people are very suspicious. Now, if it is his own makeup brand, then I have a lot of questions with regard to that as well. First off, it's made in his own house. What makeup of his we have seen that we don't even know if it's his, because he's buying cheap little pots that you can get from the pound shop that you use to take stuff abroad when you go on holiday, so you don't have to take a full tub of it. You know, little pots that are like this, and a lot of people, I've got them with glitters in and things for nails. Now, we don't know whether that is something that he has created or whether it's something that he's bought something of Kat Von D's and then removed it out of the Kat Von D packaging and put it in one of these to make it look like he's made it. But if he has made it, first of all, the chemistry behind makeup and the chemistry behind biomedical sciences is two totally different chemistries. Biomedical science is biology and medicine, hence biomedical. The makeup industry is generally chemistry. You know that certain dyes react certain ways with certain chemicals, and they have certain feels on the face, on the lips, wherever. That is chemistry, not biomedical science. When biomedical science is things like viruses, infections, things that go on essential with the body, with the human body, parasites, muscle issues, atrophy, things like that. They're two different things, very much so. And for him to say, well, I've done biomedical science, so I should be able to make my own. What? A bit weird. It's made in the UK in his kitchen, if it is the stuff that we've seen. So why is this website priced in American dollars? Now, is there a possibility that he's done stuff through the same way he did with his brushes? We don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. A lot of people are waiting with bated breath for the first people to receive their items and see whether they do receive them, B, whether they're any good, and C, whether they're worth the money. Now, this is one of my biggest issues. If it exists, whether it's in the UK or the US, does it meet the UK or the US's standards for use on human beings? Now, by this I mean the FDA and I've forgotten what the British equivalent of the FDA is. I can't remember. Food Safety Agency. So if you think it's we have rules of what can be used on the human body and what can't, and we have rules as to how it's provided by certain people, whether it's how it's tested, how it's sold, and a lot of people are having issues with this because we don't know if it's FDA or FSA or whatever approved. We don't know this. The website gives us no information on that. The website also doesn't provide information again about what's actually contained in the items. And John will be like, yeah, but I you know, that's me telling you my formula and I don't want people to know my formula. No, you're telling us what's in it, but you're not telling us what quantities or what's in what. And you have to tell people the formula to an extent because people have allergies. And also, you can't say something's vegan if it's made in the same place as meat. So if it is the stuff that's being made in his house, it isn't vegan, even though he says it is vegan. Like I said, people are saying that some of the ones and everything is very reminiscent of other people's stuff that's already out there. Now, this has me unsettled in so many ways, it's untrue. And I'm frightened. I'm frightened for the first person who gets it. Should it really exist, I'm frightened for that person. Because they're either going to get completely duped, or they're going to put stuff on their face that we don't know what's in it. We don't know what it's going to do to the bodies and the faces. And he's probably just going to say, yeah, but you know, I created the formula, but somebody else is making it for me. Fine, that's fine. But has it been tested? Where's the contents list so people can know if they're going to react to it? Is there anything stupid in it, like lead or aluminium or certain other chemicals that in certain quantities are very dangerous? Or if you have a fan base, let's have a look and see how many subscribers he's got. The fact that he's still able to do shit like this is unbelievable to me. John. $300,000, just over 300,000. If he thinks he brings out a makeup line, and even if you only say 10% of your audience will buy it, right? That means you should have at least 30,000 waiting to be bought for 10% of your audience. 1% of your audience is just over 3,000, right? Even 1%. I don't even think he has 10, if that. And him saying that he's designed everything, and why is it even one of the shades? Several of the shades are the exact same colour. They look like exactly the same formula, and exactly the same name as some of the Jeffree Star brands. And I can see John getting himself in deep shit with this, because if you go up against somebody like Jeffree and you use something with a similar formula, same name, similar packaging, he's going to wipe the floor with you. Now, I'm not the biggest Jeffree Star fan on the planet at all, by a long shot, but you don't take somebody's intellectual property. Now, we know Jeffree Star has done questionable shit when it comes to things like this before, but you're talking about John, who's essentially, when you compare him to somebody like Jeffree Star, he's a nobody. And he's pointless, him even trying to beat or win over or win against somebody like Jeffree Star. It's like, oh, get over yourself. At the end of the day, this huge makeup launch, in my opinion, he thinks it's a victory, but in my opinion it's a complete fail. The website had the worst coding I've ever seen. It had the worst security features I've ever seen, and I've gone onto it on my phone and it's not mobile compatible at all. I'm looking at it, half the price is off the screen, and I'm trying to see the rest of the price and I can't see it. And you know, he spent so much time with the website and doing this, and it's like all this shit with a shitty website, and his brother's in IT, for crying out loud. What the fuck? And his brother's a partner in the company, in a partner in the company, in John's company. So why is the brother, who's in IT, allowing his brother to be an absolute dick when it comes to the fucking Anyway, again, one of the things we're going to have to do is wait and see, but I would definitely recommend a playlist up above of videos I've done on John in the past and videos others have done on John in the past, and I will include as well in that playlist information on this particular incident. Like I say, I did notice Peter had done a video on it. Margot's probably done it. If not, I know part of what Margot said is in Martin's video, because what Margot might have covered might have been on a live stream, which Martin managed to get a hold of. So I will recommend you visit those as well, and I will be doing a screen capture as well to show you the fallout that's happening on Twitter and try and get onto the website on the computer. And I will also email the file I have to a friend, several friends who are IT personnel, and see whether I am in the right in thinking what I'm thinking. I have 3 friends that are in IT, or 4 friends that are in IT. So I will ask all 4, and I know for a fact at least one of them will know the answer, because he's very, very well trained when it comes to websites. I won't tell you why. But I also, oh yeah, I forgot. I do also have the other issues. Why is he doing a makeup line when he knows as much about makeup as I do, and we all know my makeup knowledge is a big fat zilch? Why? He's trying to make out that he's brilliant at makeup. No, you're not. You wear greasy makeup, and then you blame a breakout on something else when it was the greasy makeup that you were using. You were using this awesome highlighter that is one of your highlighters, when it turned out to be glitter. Now, why do people still trust him after all the other shit that he's already pulled? After all the shit, the shit that he pulled with the ringtones, the shit that he pulled with the faking the Jeffree Star tweet, and so many other issues. Why do people still trust him? Why do people still listen to it? Why? He's also gone off at Margot Indigo because she got in touch with the venue. Because apparently she got in touch with the venue, and then not long after she received a Twitter message from John saying, "I've just had a phone call from the venue saying that you're harassing them." No, she asked them a question, they replied, that was it. There was no harassment, there was none of that stuff. Now, like I say, what I will do is I will go through Twitter, I will have a look at the website on my screen grab software, and I will also have a look at the Guru Gossip site as well, because that is also a good place of information for this particular event, because a lot of people were definitely sounding off over there. So, with that being said, stay safe, be good, have fun, and I will see you very soon. Right, I'm redoing this because I did it and it added half an hour onto my video. So I'm going to be a little bit more concise. Right. The 2 major issues that we have with John is the fact that a lot of this seems very private labels. what I would recommend you do is go onto Twitter, type in John Kuckian or John Kuckian Makeup, and just check out the tweets. Now there's one here by Becky, bless her little cotton socks. She says, aren't these your bespoke lipstick packaging and your unique pigments? Now these are, the Follica are very similar to his eyeshadow pigments, and these are very similar to these, his bespoke packaging. Now everything is brushes, and this all screams private labelling. I've mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again. The video playlist that I'll link up above, I think it already has the Stephanie Nicole video where it actually gives you more in-depth information on private labelling. What it is, say for example I wanted to create books like this with my logo on it. I could go to a company and say, right, I want you to create books like this with my logo on the front. And if it was a company that did that, that would be classed as private labelling, because it was an item they already sell, but they're putting my label on, my logo on, and a name on. Like say, if it's a makeup, the name I've got for that particular colour. Now, that is one issue people have, is that everything seems to be very private labelled. Like I say, this and this identical. These are the same pigments that he has on his website. The other issue is, and he says he's going to take this off because he doesn't like the fact that he has a stock line that's got the same name as something that Jeffrey has, which this isn't the only one. He has a shade called Dirty Money, which is like a bluey green. This is the colour, right? Now, what's that? Dirty Money, almost the exact same colour. Right, there you go. See what I mean? Almost the exact same colour. Not 100%, but very, very close. And the same name. And they're both long wear. The other issue people have is, this is the where you to buy it. Now you can't buy it for December because it's out of stock, but you can buy it for January. But no, you can't, because it's out of stock, so you can't buy it for January either. Now he's saying that he has places that sell these in multiple countries, and you know that they'll be leaving from those particular countries. But if he's a one-person company that's created his own formula and everything, how can he do that and have multiple companies working with him? Then there is also the issue is that apparently part of the money that goes from his sales go towards charity, but the charity's not been set up yet. The other major issue is the fact that this is the listing on his website. You have a description here, 2 little liners, brews, endless possibilities of creating a soft innocent lip that looks deeper and more seductive look. Made with the highest quality ingredients imported from Italy, Germany and Japan. Right? There is no ingredients list. However, on Jeffree Star's website, you have that, which is an ingredients list, which people need so that they know that they're not going to have an allergic reaction. Now, some people have started to get refunds from the event that didn't happen. Other people are still trying to get refunds. There is a young lady that actually asked him about a refund. He blocked her. Now, hopeful, and there's some going backwards and forwards on Twitter between people about refunds for the event. So we shall wait and see. With relation to the website with the overload thing, I will send you to Guru Gossiper for this because they have a lot of information on there, and I've asked a friend and that might be him. It is actually him. Now you can't say whether or not it was inputted specifically to create an overload. He would need to look at the website itself, but that particular part of the coding is no longer involved on the website anymore. So it's good having friends in the IT world. But like I say, with that, because obviously everything happened on Saturday, I wasn't going to bother and read it on Saturday, and I didn't learn about this whole error thing until Sunday anyway, by which point it was apparently fixed. But yeah, it's odd that you can't even order for January now, which is ridiculous. But yeah, what I'll do is at the end of here I'll put an explanation. I'll sort of translate some of the explanation my friend's given me and put it at the end of the video for you. And I'm not going to try and blabber along too long because I'll make a video too long. So yeah, I would definitely keep your eyes open for the next couple of weeks and see what happens when people start getting deliveries. So catch you in a bit. Alright, I'm just jumping on here on the webcam because my friend's got back to me, and he said could be a couple of possibilities as to why it had server overload. And there's somebody who didn't know what they were doing, which is entirely possible. Somebody put it in there to make it look like the website was overloaded, or somebody had messed with the somebody had hacked. So the possibilities are somebody didn't know what they were doing, so when they went in to change things, it changed things the wrong way. They did it to make it look like the server was overloaded, it was hacked, or when they were updating the website for it to be going live, there is a thing where it's said, because he has actually gone to the website as it is now and looked at the coding and said it looks like either somebody didn't have a clue and it's been fixed, it's been hacked, or somebody put that in to make people think that the server was overloaded because the website was so busy. So it could be one of the three options. So I'm not saying that it was definitely because they wanted it to make it look like the server was overloaded, but it is a possibility, and so are the other two. And one, that the person who did it didn't have a clue what they were doing, and I would definitely count that as a possibility because of the other issues that they've had with security issues and stuff like that. And the other one is that it was hacked. Now, are all three possibilities in this case? Yes. Anyway, right, that's it now. I'm done now because I don't want this video to get extremely long. So I'm going to get this video edited so you can have it tomorrow, because today's Tuesday. So I'm going to try and edit it now so you can have it tomorrow. See you in a bit.